This is why I hate this spot. I'd rather hide behind a pebble than these damn things. They suck. They absolutely suck. It's good if there's tanks in the game and it can stop the tanks, but guess what? There's not, so they're useless. What is going on, Wolfpack Savage here? Today's video will be breaking down and analyzing a viewer submitted solo gameplay. A lot of you guys asked for more solo content on the channel, so that's what we're gonna be covering today. We're gonna be going over the do's and don'ts of what to do in certain fighting situations based off the scenario that these players are given. But before we dive into the video, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel today, join the Wolfpack. Also, let's get this video to 1,500 likes. And as always, if you guys are tired of playing by yourself, make sure you join our Discord community and utilize the looking for groups pages to your advantage to go out there and get some wins. But without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into the gameplay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we are spectating my dude Cypher, who is coming in late to the party to grab the bounties. And the reason why he's coming in late, of course, is so that he doesn't have to pick up the bounty right off the bat and then starts pinging people that are still floating in the air. So he held his parachute a little bit longer. That way, when he did land on the bounty, he could instantly pick it up, and he's already got somebody close by identified. Now, again, pay attention to the mini map and everything that's going on while you guys are looting. The most important thing you guys need to worry about is that mini map, also paying attention to your surroundings and grabbing a gun that'll get the job done. If you find some plates and things like that, that's fine, but in an immediate fighting situation, your priority is not to get loot. Your priority is to grab a gun and fight bitches as soon as possible. I'm not saying you have to leave where you land and go out and hunt instantly, but if you're in a hot spot like this, you're probably going to be running into some enemies a lot more often than you like. And here I am saying that, and you know, we really haven't had to worry about that yet. We've got a guy in this hangar right here who's been here since we landed. We saw his ping pop up on the mini map when he first started shooting when we got here, and he's still there right now. So we could just sit here and gatekeep him. It sounds like he may be getting pushed. Let me turn the volume up. All right, so again, in this situation here, your main goal is to get enough shit that you can to go out there and get some fights. You want to go ahead and kill the guys around you before they get their loadout drop. And again, the guy that's in the hangar to our left-hand side, I wouldn't be against seeing our dude go in there and push him right now. I'll always want to implore you guys, especially early on, if you see an enemy, make sure you take care of him while you know where he's at. No reason to identify where he's at, be able to plan out how you're going to push him, and then you decide, you know what, I'm going to wait till later. Then you lose track of the guy, and he kills you 30 players later on in the match. Just not worth, in my opinion. So again, I probably would have pushed that hangar the moment I grabbed a decent weapon, which this LC-10 is more than enough, and I would have slayed him out. And then probably at that point, I'd still be on my way to bounty. If you guys are a little bit more passive or passive aggressive, and there's nothing wrong with either, y'all might be safe for getting your loadout before you go and fight. And again, I'm not against that. It just depends on where I land at. It really kind of dictates what I'm about to do. All right, so again, there's the guy that was in the hangar. Now he's fighting somebody inside fire station. That could be a nice go ahead. Again, since we know where he's at, we should go ahead and take advantage of that situation. We don't need anything else right now. This money and stuff's going to be helpful, but again, if you get the kill, you really just kind of hope that the enemy you killed has money as well. Now here we are in a perfect position, a third party. That's exactly what we should do. Now he's in the tower above you, and the reason why you can tell, again, guys, look at the mini map. And I know most of you guys know this, but the newer players, this will be very helpful for you guys. You have the dot right here, and it's a little difficult to see on his mini map just because of the recording and things like that, but there is an arrow right above, meaning he's in the tower above you. And then of course the arrow below means he's below you. It does not mean that that's the way the enemy's facing. If you guys think that, that might explain a lot on why you guys die when you're pushing somebody on UAV. And again, that's a common thing I see in the comment section, so I'm not slaying anybody, but that is the correct identification for the UAV blips. We have a guy in the staircase right next to us. You can hear him as well. Now, how we're playing here, I don't know exactly what's going through his head. I think he wants to try to catch an enemy making a mistake, which is fine. But again, the main worry I'm having is the fact we're sitting here out in the open, 180 degrees, just vulnerable to the guy in the tower, guy in the window, and anybody over there left-hand side at airport. I don't like this position, so I'd rather be making a couple moves. Jump on the rail and then jump on the rooftop and then jump down, kill the guy in the staircase. And then how you want to deal with the ladder, guys, up to you, but you do have thermite. You could probably spam that shit in there, maybe force him out, force him down, whatever the case may be. But climbing up that ladder is definitely not the play. You know, that's another negative too. You end up, oh yeah, there you go. There you go, baby. Light them up. I love it. I love it, bro. All right. So that's another issue too. And some of you guys might not think it's a big issue, but and again, losing out a kill isn't the fact that you just don't have that many kills. That's not what the whole purpose is. Having that player get in the Bertha and drive away not only takes the Bertha from you if that's the play you wanted to go with, but he can again kill you later in the match. Why would you allow an enemy player to kill you? Now, if he's absolutely shitting on you and there's no way you can kill him, by all means, bail out. But don't be afraid to fight. Now, as far as the shooting is concerned and things like that, when you guys are playing, when you guys are shooting, that's just an aim and accuracy thing. So I can't really teach too much. I do have a few videos on the channel for that. But basically, when you're sitting in a situation where you're fighting the guy on the tower, let's rewind this real quick. You're fighting the guy in the tower. He's sitting here. He's kind of moving around, peeking both sides. You're trying to find out where he's at. Try your best not to track in your sights, right? You want to be zoomed out. That way you can see a greater field of view. So you can see if the enemy's jumping off the backside. So you can see if you're getting pushed to somewhere else. So you can see possible other glints. That's the main purpose of that. But also, you don't want to have to track the enemy in your scope. You want to kind of ADS on them, pop them, and zoom out, wait for them to peek again. It's like whack-a-mole. I never want to see people try to follow players and scan rooftops in their scopes because players' movement so damn fast and your sensitivity, your ADS sensitivity probably doesn't match that. So try your best to stay out of your scope when fighting. And also covering the fight on the rooftop, we're very vulnerable. We honestly, if that player was decent with his shots, we were sitting in the wide open. We had no cover, no concealment, no nothing. So if he would have been accurate, he would have beamed the shit out of us and probably got a lot of headshots because of the angle that he's at. There he is, still up there. He's getting shot by another enemy. Wow. And again, don't forget, when you're in a fight like this, you will get shot in the head, especially in an area like this that's wide out in the open. You have to worry about people across the ravine to our north-hand side coming from military. You have to worry about olive hangers. It's just no bueno. And again, when it comes to accuracy, it's a very hard thing to teach accuracy. That literally just comes with practice. Again, I always recommend just loading up with some bots, playing some multiplayer, do something to warm up, and get that aim down, get that reflex down. All right, again, now we're in a position where we're still trying to get enough money to get our shit back, but it shouldn't deter us from picking up a bounty that's right next to us. We do have a bounty that's above us. I'd go ahead and grab that. Again, whether you want to push him and play aggressive, or if you just want to use it as a defensive mechanism, if you're trying to play passive, meaning you know where a guy's at. If you don't want to fight, you just avoid that area, right? That is a tactic some people do, and that's fine. But definitely, again, make sure you're picking it up just like he is right here. There we have the most wanted bounty on the other buy station right here. Hopefully it doesn't buy before we go over there. Never mind, he's getting back in the vehicle and driving away. Now, this is one of the reasons why we don't cover solos often. This is the reason why I quit solos. It's just a vehicle driving fest. The amount of vehicles in the map needs to be nerfed drastically or just take them out altogether. It's so damn annoying. You get the end game, there's 3 big Berthas driving in circles playing Twisted Metal. It's weird. It's so weird. All right, but we do have a bounty right here. And again, you want to try to close the gap in this situation. Holy shit. You've got a lot of cover. You can kind of work and move closer to the enemy, especially since he's camping behind it. Now, in a position like this, when you're fighting an enemy, if he's more accurate than you and he gets shots off before you can find out where he's at, and he's got a wider area of concealment to work, you want to relocate. You want to move because that enemy just shot you at that spot, right? He just shot you in that exact same location. So he's going to be probably pre-firing that. And I love the fact that we did kind of rotate outwards, separate ourselves instead of closing the gap. And like I said, you want to close the gap when you know where an enemy's at. But the moment he started shooting at us, he had the drop on us and that play went out altogether. So here we are, instead of closing the gap, creating separation from the enemy so we can actually relocate and get to a better spot. Look at this. Look at this, bro. Ladies and gentlemen, solos for you. Dude's camping in a trailer, just watching everything going on around him. All right, something I want to see as well. I definitely like the fact that you pick up the Deddy, but just try to increase your tempo a little bit. I do like the fact that we see a third party possibility happening right now, so we're going to try to go in and capitalize on this fight. Now, right here, don't do that. Why is he standing on the ledge right there? right? Again, if you get shot with a Car 98, you're going to go down and you might fall off the building and then you're going to die for sure, right? If you're off the ledge a little bit and you get downed, you're just going to be down, and it's going to be very hard for us to get an execute on you because of the elevation and the little ledge on the rooftop as well. Getting on that little ledge is just, it is no bueno. You're going to hop up there and kind of peek around real quick and get some shots off real fast. That's fine, but don't just sit up there, you know, just waiting for an enemy to make a mistake like this guy's doing. All right, but still, it's a situation. We have the enemy in a position where he has to plate up. He can't sit there and hold the angle. He's got to plate. So while he's plating, while he's taking his sweet ass time doing what he's doing, you want to move quickly to that building and take advantage of the fact that he's going to be preoccupied doing something else. All right, that's scary shit right here. When you go up staircases, guys, granted you have Deddy, but you got to realize this guy just got shot by you. He's going to assume you're going to push him. So what do most people that love sitting still do? They camp staircases, especially if they have them, right? So when you work your way up the staircase, instead of just running straight and kind of going with the staircases, you want to get about halfway up the staircase right here and start turning. You want to start turning, keep your reticle, this little dot right here, and have it go up the stairs with you. Have it pre-look what you're about to look. Basically, if you're in this position right here, right? What do we see right now? All we can see is the wall. This is literally it. But what can homeboy see? Oh, you're already dead. If there's a guy sitting on the other side of the staircase right here, if there's a guy sitting right here, he saw you halfway up the stairs. He's already shooting the headshots and you're dead. If any of you guys are in this habit of just sprinting up staircases, not giving a shit, you got to break out of it now. I understand, guys. I understand there's those buildings that are like 30 stories tall. I'm not going to even finesse you guys. I fucking do this shit too, up them bitches, because that's 30 flights. I'm not scanning 30 flights, bro. I'm trying to get in and out of this game. That's a 20-minute scan fest. But small buildings like this, definitely take advantage of it, because again, these motherfuckers will be camping. All right, this man's doing the crab walk through the building. Now in his situation also, what do you do, right? Watch the staircase. You're already right there. I'm not trying to tell anybody to camp the stairs, but he was clearly just walking, right? Look down the staircase. If you're trying to get to that little room where he just died at, just look, because you can guarantee again, someone might be coming up. Now I assumed that he assumed we were gonna push. Clearly I was mistaken. He didn't really assume much of anything. All right, here we have a vehicle right here. Oh, we got money for days. All right, go ahead and get that quick buy on that loadout drop. That way, if homeboy comes back, we can have something of some substance. All right, we're gonna go ahead and get advanced UAV. I like to see that right there. Buy another UAV, hold on to that shit too, and then we can roll out. That way we don't have to worry about going to another buy station. Or, you know, if you guys want cluster strikes, things like that, I'd always recommend UAV hunting. But if that ain't you, that ain't you. Now, I probably wouldn't have used that last UAV. So here's the issue with that, right? The three UAVs, the advanced UAV is the planning stage. The moment you get that advanced UAV up, pull up your big map, take a mental screenshot of what's around you, and decide what you're gonna do while you're getting your weapons, right? While you're in your loadout drop, be like, okay, there's 3 guys over here at Titties. Oh, I'm sorry, rest in peace, Titties. They're gone. There's 3 guys over here at Factory. There's 3 guys, you know, over here at Airport, but there's 16 guys over here at one of the hangars. Well, because of that advanced UAV, the knowledge you just gained, you can kind of plan your movements off that. Now, the point of buying the 4th UAV is so that when those are all fully completed, you can then call it in if you're about to get into a fight or if you just want it up. So I'd rather that scan last a little bit longer than give me another set of refresh knowledge, if that makes any sense at all. And again, that's just preference. That's just player preference, but that's just a recommendation I have for you guys. If you guys do end up buying advanced UAVs. Now, I love advanced UAVs. We used to talk about them shits all the time. But I really just haven't used them lately myself or seen people using them. I don't know why. All right, now we got a bounty down. Now we can. You guys want to move with some quick efficiency? Grab that little vehicle back there that we were close to. Oh, there that goes. And drive over there, because again, I want to avoid being in open areas as much as possible. Not to mention the time it will take. All right, he's definitely below us. He's coming up on the railroad right now. There he is. Look at this crouch walk. Boom, baby. Get him. Now we got a vehicle driving to us. Probably the same damn vehicle. I don't remember what we were talking about, boys. I'm gonna be honest. All right, so. Oh, wait. We got enemy behind us as well. We got to pop this reload. Oh, he stole our kill, that son of a bitch. But wait. I love the fact that we're plating. We're keeping ourselves covered from the vehicle right now, because right now we got to worry about getting all of our reloads, getting our plates, getting everything ready to go for the next fight and to regroup. A lot of people try to pick that fight with no ammo and they get killed. Now, discussing the fight that happened, right? The fight at hand. When he was shooting at the vehicle right here, when you shoot at vehicles, you always need to assume that vehicle's going to pull back up on you, jump out and try to fight you. Always keep that in mind. So if you switch to your rifle and you're shooting at this guy, right? You have 60 rounds. You don't need that many rounds to take this vehicle out. Why? Because you have thermite. So with that thermite, I would go ahead and start shooting at him and be like, hey, bitch, I'm over here. Come fuck with your boy. Then when he comes at you, maybe try to get some headshots off. But once I don't watch my ammo count, but I can tell. So once I can tell my ammo count is somewhere around half, I'm going to stop. I'm going to chill. Because if this dude turns around and comes at me, we can be forced into a position like this. Where he jumps out and we have 6 bullets, right? Oh shit. About to go down. Now, fortunately for us, the enemy was not really, he wasn't there. I'm gonna be honest. The dude drop shotted and he just went ghost. That man just broke both of his hands mid fight and just lost all ability to do anything. But what the enemy should have done in this fight is he should have just pushed us. But instead, this is what happens. Now, as far as the enemy right here, a little crazy as well. I want to discuss the enemy too, because he's trying to play this ridge and jump around like it's Fortnite, right? And I respect the beams, I do. But if I was right here, which is where he was originally, and I started shooting at our guy here, I would jump down, because there's a little bitty pit. If you jump down, that forces the enemy to not be able to see you unless he puts himself out from behind cover, goes out in the open and tries to peek you. Then at which point he could have killed us. But instead, he's trying to maintain. And again, you want to keep the high ground, but this ain't it. This ain't what I'm talking about. All right, so here we are now in a position where our back's to the edge of the circle. Luckily, we have a UAV, and there's somebody actually camping the building until the very last second the circle tells them not to. Now, this is something I see a lot. This is no surprise to me, even though it should surprise me. Stop doing this, guys. Stop hiding on the edge of the circle. I get a lot of people want to play passive to get the win. I understand that. But when you allow the circle to force you out of cover, it's going to put you most times than none in positions where you're not going to be where you want to be at if there's a team gatekeeping you, meaning you're not going to have any cover. And it's because you're literally waiting until the very last second to move. Like right here, he's going to be running out. Unfortunately, we missed a few shots, but nonetheless, the concept still remains the same. He is now going to have to run from us, run from the gas, and worry about how to get positioning. There he is in front of us, going to the right-hand side. This dude is running for his life. There she is. Now, Claymore just went off too from another enemy. So I definitely keep my eyes peeled for a second one. I don't think he was going here. That or the guy's already moved out, which is actually probably the more or less actually what happened. I do like the fact we're bounty hunting, going from player to player. And again, if you guys want to play the edge of the circle, that's fine. That's fine. If you want to play the edge and clean it up and get the kills and do some kind of rotation with the edge, that's 100% fine. I like that. But sitting in a building on the very edge and this big of a circle, or any circles for that matter, is just not the play. It's not actually what you want to do, because again, oh, look at this. Standing on the edge, perfectly still. He's probably very surprised how he died just now. Give yourself a fighting chance, right? Give yourself the opportunity to get better. Don't just sit there doing the same mistakes and getting headshotted like that. That guy right there could have been on, he could have had his PR game, but he just fucked it up. All right, there is a vehicle pulled up at the apartment complex to our left. It wasn't the one that was just driving, but it's been there for a minute. Which to me, again, that's not a spawn. Make sure you notify yourself of different things like that. And I would go ahead and assume there's an enemy up there. I just heard a loadout drop go up on the rooftop as well. There she is. And see, small things like that could have saved our life. If that guy was playing the rooftop, looking around with a Con 98, and we're just sitting there scoped in on the graveyard, what would have happened? He could have headshotted us, and we would have had no idea. Oh yeah, that's unfortunate. Another reason why I don't play the edge of the gas, or I don't recommend it, is for this thing right here. Again, you don't want that to happen to you if you're in mid gunfight and you're having a fight, right? Oh god, right now. Good beans. We got homeboy on the rooftop still right now. I don't remember what we're talking about. I'm gonna be honest. Sitting here rambling my mouth, lose track of what I'm saying halfway through. I don't believe that was the guy that was above us. I didn't hear a parachute go off. He's definitely behind us somewhere. Now, another thing that playing the edge of the circle can actually push you into, and again, it's not a bad tactic. I just want to go ahead and clarify that, because there are a lot of times that we've had some great wins from doing this, but you got to be very careful. It's a perfect balance because of circles like this. So what's going to happen right now, if you look at the mini map, unfortunately, I cannot pull up the big map, which, Cypher, I really hope you do here soon. But basically what's going to happen is, because we played the edge of the circle and we played the wrong edge, the RNG of the circle is going to force us to rotate all the way to the west side of the map, and cross that huge ass open area in the street and all that bullshit with the railroad tracks. And it's just going to be bad juju for us. It's going to make it a lot harder for us to win. We do have the bounty pushing us as well on the hill behind us. Definitely worrying about that guy on the hill. He is pushing towards us, so we could have a good possibility to kill him. And also, again, we have to cross an open area also. We want to kill this guy before he has the opportunity to gatekeep us. If he makes it across first, he won't let us cross to him. Or if he sits there and waits for too long and we start crossing, he could shoot us in the back. So when you're scanning areas like that, again, dude, I would just keep the AR out and I would just look around with my eyes. I wouldn't even scope in on anything. He's already made a run for it. And again, don't ever rely on the most wanted bounty. It's a very, very slow updated system. It's very delayed. Unfortunately, homeboy does have Ghost on. He's playing these fuselages really well. There he is right there in the front of the plane. I will say, my dude, you got good patience with the crosshair. I will say that. I will say that, dude. And again, it doesn't matter how long it takes you guys to react and get that shot off. The whole point of being a very good sniper is consistently getting headshots, no matter how long it takes, right? And I say it like that's a rare commodity, and it really is. That shit doesn't happen all the time. Most players just try to whiff it like they're in phase and they can actually do it, and it actually hurts their performance more than it helps their performance. It's just baby stepping your way into shit. Honestly, that's all it is. Nobody comes out of the womb fucking phase agony, all right, dude? It takes time to develop that skill level. And also, guys, just going back to the whole thing with the bounties, look how much money we're able to grab. I think all match, and I haven't actually added it up, but I'm gonna guess we've had about $60,000, just because every time we kill the guy with the bounty, which is every time we're able to get the kill. Now here we have one dude coming back in on his loot. That's exactly what he's doing. He just got back from the gulag because it's still open. It's closing right now, so he's gonna go ahead. Land on his shit. Let's go kill him. Let's go kill him while he's distracted, picking up all of his goodies. Now, by now, I'd already be at that enemy's location because I already would have made that read.
No way.
All right. Also, I was about to say that too. Also, something you guys need to get in the habit of is when you're approaching fights, approach them differently. This is the time you guys need to practice that sweat mode. This is the time you guys just need to rely on your own gunplay and skill to get shit done. So as you're running towards a corner, you know an enemy's going to be holding. What do? You don't run up like this, right? You want to kind of run up, slide, and then ADS and shoot the enemy. Remember, as you guys slide cancel around corners, what they see is lag behind what you're actually doing. So you'll be able to turn and start shooting the enemy split seconds before they can even react, which gives you guys the edge. Granted, that all comes with time with practicing your reaction time and things like that, but it is something that will be developed eventually. Now, and unfortunately, we did lose, but we died moments before the gulag actually closed. All right, right now we're just scanning the area. We're trying to find the other enemies. There's 10 left. You know there's going to be a few over here. The dude that killed us, as well as the guy that just shot his sniper rifle at the buy station. Now, we know the guy's in the buy station. We should probably keep an angle on that so we can shoot him. Now, again, follow the tracers. Don't forget there's another player around us. Good shit, my dude. Get an execute. Get the other execute. Boom. Boom. 2 birds with 1 stone. So that was good, dude. A lot of people start shooting at the execute of the guy they just downed, and then if this guy wasn't down, he'd look right at us and kill us. So I like the fact that you scan the area before you went for the thirst. Now again, when you're sitting right here, when you're sitting in an opening, a window, doorway, whatever the case is, hangar, whatever, you want to put your gun arm to the wall to peek the angles. You don't want to sit here and just reveal your entire side, look in a whole different direction, because if your eyes are looking one way and your body's exposed to the other, how's that going to help? It's not. So get a little bit more tactical with it. You want to clear edges, clear corners by looking around slowly, quickly, whatever the case is. But the same thing if you're holding the position and trying to look at an angle just to scout or shoot at anybody, whatever the reason is, you want to put your gun arm to the wall. That way your gun's barely peeking out and you're able to see shit. Same thing vice versa. If you're trying to look the opposite way, you want to go ahead and put your left arm to the wall and scan as well. I have crates blowing up next to us because of the gas. Again, same situation right here. We're completely exposed to the hills and we're looking to the left-hand side. There are ways to do it safely. Also, when you guys are in situations like this, we got an enemy right in front of us. Holy shit. I do respect that you bailed from the fight to play it up. But again, we just made a lot of noise and we're completely exposed. Our right-hand side, everything to our west. I wouldn't waste this on this guy. He's not that efficient. And he's probably going to run to cover, which is exactly what he just did. We also have the vehicle pulling up to our left-hand side. This should be an easy kill, but now because of the fight and how we played it, wasting the cluster forced him out of his little bitty area to make a big boy move, which he did. And he put himself in a position where he's got an angle on us, and we're going to have a hard fight as it is because of that. But on top of that, now we're completely exposed in the open with no cover. All right, I'd like to see you push over here to these rocks, but before you push, I would have scanned that wall to your right-hand side, that right there, because you know there's going to be other enemies here. People love camping Boneyard, even though this is a favorite area. If people are already in Boneyard, there's going to be a lot of people waiting patiently to cross because they don't want to be like you and end up getting shot in the back. Now, I like what you're doing. I'm not saying it's bad, but their mindset is, oh, if I'm sitting here, the first person that runs across is the one we're all going to kill, and then I can figure out where everyone is with me. And that's usually what happens. Fortunately, they got caught in a fight, and here we are. But that's, again, why I was saying I'd rather clear the right side before I actually ran across, because you want to make sure that nobody's gonna kill you. Same thing with this guy here. All right, same thing with that guy there. When that guy came around that rock, the first thing that went in his mind is I need to scan the edge of the circle all the way around, but as I'm moving or before I'm moving, so I don't get blitzed. And that's exactly what happened. Now, the second mistake the enemy made is the fact that he shot at us. He knew exactly where we're at. And instead of playing on one side of the box to get whatever he wanted, he actually went to the other side, revealed his entire back to us, and was an easy kill. I don't care if there's a rock there. I don't care what it is. He had weapons he could have killed us with. There was no reason for him to sacrifice his life that close to us just to get whatever he wanted to get. All right, but here we are in a 1v3 situation. Now, we do know one guy's gonna be crossing from the northeast because that's the guy that was shooting as we were pushing over here. You guarantee there's gonna be the other two guys sitting in these houses. So I don't mind the fact that we're playing passive, although I never agree with prone crawling. People can see you more than you think. If they look out that window, they're gonna see you clear as day, especially with that bright red gun and the movement. What I'd be doing right now is playing the ridge, playing those rocks right there. I'd want to get to the back side of these rocks and just hold that angle and clear everything out on my eastern side and north hand side. That way, because you know damn well that's where one guy's going to be at. Once you kill him, all you got to do, instead of worrying about 360 degrees, all you got to do is worry about one direction. That's it. And no, I'm not talking about the band. So again, get over here. And again, you don't want to crouch walk in this situation. Stand up and sprint. Be a little bit more confident. Because right now, if he looks out the window, he's going to clap you. Is that a body? It's a rock. Our backs are... Oh, my... Right when I was about to say it. No. Oh, I hate to see it. No shot, bro. God scared the shit out of me. That's the situation right there that I'm telling you guys about. That right there is a perfect example of what I've been saying, right? That really is the icing on the cake. The crouch walking, you're moving slow, you're easy to shoot. You have no cover and you're approaching a corner. So you're so worried about there being an enemy over there. You're not worried about where we know there is a guy. Now, we didn't know 100%, but it's the only house in the circle. You can guarantee 99.9% of the time there's gonna be a player there. So when you're making moves, looking for other players, make sure he's your priority. The one guy we know where he's at, make sure we stay protected from that dude while we're doing all of our other shit, instead of sitting there focusing on the what ifs instead of what it actually is. But guys, I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, again, leave a thumbs up on the video, subscribe today. And also, if you got teammates and friends and family that play like this and need to improve a little bit, make sure you share the link with them and kind of direct them over here. But guys, until next time, you have a good one and good luck in Warzone. Let's go ahead and see the end real quick.
Oh, wow. Good shit, my
Now, that wasn't even the guy that was in the house. That was the second guy we were assuming was over there playing the edge of the houses, which was a very good play. And because of us crouch walking, easier to shoot even though we're moving. But there it is, GG.